And welcome to another money workshop. So to keep this nice, short, and simple, I do a recording of the presentation only. I invite you always to join us live for a discussion. We can talk about your budget, we can talk about your finances, and you have all the confidentiality and privacy in the world, partly because I don't record those live sessions. So this is very compact. And I'm not going to teach you so much about the ins and outs and how to do the budget. I am going to focus on the tools that will fit your money personality so that you can begin to budget, you can take charge of your money. So I've got more resources in this post, so go ahead and you can be able to download this presentation. Click on the links. You're going to have there's budget templates. I have so many resources in Mighty Networks to help you budget. So this is going to give you an overview of what budgets are, what budgets do, and how to get started doing this budgeting for you. All right, why budgets fail? You really start with great intentions. I'm going to stick with a budget. I'm going to get a budget together and right, we all say that, and then a month later, 2 months later, 2 weeks later, it's like, what happened to my budget? Where did my budget go? Well, they fail for 6 primary reasons. Number 1 is you refuse to track your spending, and a lot of times this happens because you've overspent. You bought something you shouldn't have bought, and you don't want to face up to the music, so you stop budgeting because you don't really want to record that spending. It's just kind of like a diet, when your numbers are going down on the scale, you want to record it. When they're going up, you don't want to track it. Same with the budget. When you're doing good with your budget, it feels good to write your numbers in and say, yay, good job. When you've overspent, splurged on something, you stop tracking it. Second category, you have too many categories and it's becoming a tedious process. You only need some big basic categories. Do you really need if you spent your food budget on vegetables versus Doritos versus wine? Okay, so you have to decide what categories are going to make sense for you, but don't have too many. Third reason is you didn't plan ahead, so your budget didn't work. So maybe you forgot about a big birthday month and didn't plan for gifts. Maybe you forgot that your insurance is due every 6 months and you didn't budget that in. So people get a little bit frustrated. They didn't plan ahead. So again, they throw the budget out. Fourth reason is you're so stressed out by the idea of a budget that you fail to start one. Of course the budget fails because you're really not into it. You didn't even get one going. Fifth reason, if you are sharing your budget with a partner, you're not on the same page. Fail. Sixth, you're using the wrong tool. We're going to focus a lot on that wrong tool. Now, just a side note, again, this presentation, you'll be able to download the PDF so you can click on these links if you are interested in some resources for couples budgeting with a partner. All right. Can't emphasize this enough. A budget is just a tool. It's a tool, and it only works if you use it. So how do you know what to use and how to do this? So let's back up a bit because there's only 3 elements of a budget. The income, your money coming in, your expenses, your money going out, and yes, debt is an expense. That's your money going out. And your savings, don't forget the savings, whether it's retirement, a dream fund, a savings account, an investment account, savings. 3 things, okay? That's it. Now, I am a strong believer in budgets. I believe that they have superpowers. They help you with decision making, fortune telling, perseverance, perspective, and courage. How do they do this? Okay, when you set up a budget, you really have to think about your priorities. You have to think about how much money you have and how you're going to spend it. You know what you can and cannot afford. That decision making is now almost automatic. You don't have to waffle. You don't have to say, well, should I take this trip to Hawaii in 6 months? I can't afford it. Or yep, I've got a travel budget. I'm going to do it. So the decision making is really done for you with a good budget. Fortune telling. Now, when I had a regular job, this was really, really easy to do because I knew my paydays. I knew about how much money I had going in. I'd have a mortgage and utilities and regular expenses going out every month. I could copy my May monthly template. I could copy it into June, put the new numbers and dates in for June. Boom, I knew what was happening in June. In fact, I could take a whole year's worth of my budget, I'm fall into the geek, so I love the spreadsheet. I could project into the next year. So that is how a budget serves as a fortune-telling tool. Now, perseverance. When you've got a budget and you're tracking your money, now we all know the unexpected things happen. A trip to the ER, medical expenses, that's a big one. Some type of emergency comes up. The car breaks down. You gotta get something fixed, and there's $1,000 gone right there. A budget helps you it helps you with perseverance. It helps you get ready for the unexpected. It's going to help you through those difficult times. Perspective. It gives you the bigger picture. It shows you, your goals, your priorities, where your money's going. As long as you're meeting those goals, you don't have to monkey around with the small stuff. So it gives you a better perspective of how money fits into your life. Courage. Yep, you bet. Budgets offer courage. Your money no longer rules you. You are the master of your money. You feel empowered to take charge of your money and to take charge of your destiny. Oh, yep, I believe in budgets. Now, the challenge I have, especially with a lot of financial coaches and advisors and your gurus, use this budget. You got to use this budget. This is the only software you need. This is going to work for everybody. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So again, we went, you got to use the tool, and you're not going to use it if you're fighting the tool. So there is not one budget that works for every single person. So I've come up with 5 different money personalities, and as I go through this, I'd like for you to think about how you fit in to this money personality typology. I've got a spender, a geek, a seeker, an objector, and an app queen. So with the spender, your spending is kind of out of control, and a lot of this is credit card spending. It just feels like free money, and your credit card spending often ruins your best intentions. The geek, you love the spreadsheets, you love Excel, you love to manipulate data, play with graphs. You know who you are out there. I fall into that category. Proud to be a money geek. Seeker, you want the best tool for the job. You're willing to try new software. So you're more of a researcher. You're like, I'm going to give it a go. I'm done my research. If this is the tool that people are recommending the most, seems to be most effective, I'm going to try it. The objector. Are you an objector? You hate budgets. You want to close down this entire discussion. Do we really have to talk about budgets? If that sounds like you are an objector. And then finally, we have the app queen. So app queens love their apps. They're okay with using it as long as it's not too bothersome. So the neat thing about all of those personality types is that there is a tool, there is a strategy that will work for you. Spenders, got some bad news. You might need to move to an envelope system. Look at your biggest weaknesses. Where are you spending your money that you shouldn't be spending your money on? Maybe you're a shoe hoard. It's like, okay, put some cash away for shoes. When if that's your weakness and you don't have enough money that month to get those new pairs of shoes, you can't get it. So a lot of folks, it's the restaurant meals. They're just going out and spending hundreds of dollars a week dining out. Get yourself an envelope, label it dining out, put some money in there for the month. When that money is out, your dining out is done. So that is a way to control get your spending back in your control. Objector. I use another method, and again, look in the resources because I've got a lot more stuff for you. I'm going to argue that you don't need a traditional budget as long as the first thing you're doing is putting money aside for savings, retirement, dream funds, investing, your house, whatever it is that are your goals. Okay, so if I'm getting $5,000 a month and I'm putting $2,000 away into various savings accounts and investments accounts and retirement or wherever it is, I've met my goals. I got $3,000 left for that month. I don't care how you spend the $3,000. So that is a way for you who you don't like those budgets. Take everything off the top, get it into savings and retirement, meet those goals, use the rest of the money any way you want. So it doesn't feel like it's a budget and you don't have to monkey with all those categories. Okay. Yes, it does work. That's what I used. I wasn't an objector, but I just kept saving and saving, and until it's like, oop, I'm saving a little bit too much. Going to dial it back. I'm in a good zone right now, so it works. App Queen. There are tons and tons of apps. I think there's new budgeting apps coming out all the time. A lot of them use gamification, so they make it kind of fun. Two of the biggies are Mint and Clarity Money. The Seeker. You really looking for the best software? The one that gets the best reviews consistently is something called You Need a Budget, and that is some software. It takes some adjustments to get through because you're accumulating money. You're using last month's money, and so it's going to take you a little while to get up to speed, a couple of months usually, and then you get into the groove, and it's like, whoa, this is working. So, yep, You Need a Budget. Check it out. Geek, hey, you're probably doing this already. You got a spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet, Google Sheet, whatever it is you're using. You've created it, you've downloaded it, you've made it yours. You got the graphs running. You know, I feel great confidence that you got this game going. Okay. Question about irregular income. So some of you folks are entrepreneurs. Maybe you've got side hustles. Maybe you're working on commissions. Your income is inconsistent from month to month. Just use the lowest monthly estimate in your budget. If you make more that month, hey, stick it into your retirement, stick it into savings, splurge just a little bit, but that's a way to strategize if you have irregular income. There is a lot of stuff going on here, and if you want, we can work through a budget. I'd love for you to participate. Let me know in the comments in Mighty Networks here below if you would like to talk about the ins and outs of the budgets, how to create those categories, how to make adjustments. I can walk you through that in another workshop if you're interested. Just let me know below. Our next mini workshop is May 25th, and a budget and savings, all the best. You have the biggest thing you have under your control. Can't always control your income, but you can control your expenses. So we're going to talk about how to slash the big three expenses: housing, transportation, and food. All right, guys. Now, again, we've got the Financial Freedom Academy. If you are signed up for that program, get on into the course, because I'll walk you through everything you need to reach financial freedom. So don't forget to check back into Mighty Networks, and if you want that course, make sure that you're subscribed to that option, and welcome you in there. So up your game with the Financial Freedom Academy. All right, guys, until next time, got questions? Let me know below, and hope you're doing well. Take care now. Bye-bye.